One of the problems is that we've come up in a generation that believes that more is better and bigger is better than small, and I encourage people to imagine that if they had a cubic metre of soil, metre by a metre by a metre, and you can imagine what that looks like, and then imagine that instead of that's a cubic metre of soil, it's actually a cubic metre of concrete. And then imagine that if we took that concrete block up above a high building and dropped it out of a helicopter, you can imagine what damage it would do. It would virtually may well go straight through to the ground, and it would create a hole 3 or 4 times the size of the concrete block. But then when we think, and that concrete block would weigh about 1 tonne, but then we think that the atom bomb weighed just on 1 tonne, and it was about the same size, a bit longer, a bit narrower, but when they dropped that on Hiroshima, it didn't just make a hole in a building, it virtually decimated square miles of buildings. So even though it was the same weight, the same mass, the energy that was created out of that bomb was huge. And I think tomorrow's farmers, we've got to start thinking in what energy are we creating rather than the amount or the volume of what we're putting into our soils. And this is where it's the diversity and the chemistry all comes in. So out of a small amount, I can still remember the first time I saw the video of the Indian farmer walking along his rows of broccoli. He was a vegetable grower with a bucket of worm tea and a paintbrush, and he was just flicking it from side to side. And I thought, well, you might as well spit on it as do that. But the more we learn, I think obviously that does work. So we've got to get away from the idea that volume is the key. It's the energy that's created, and that energy comes from having that diversity of nutrients.